Hi, this is Dee at Aloha, Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for the moon transiting Libra on Monday, October 20th. Turns your attention toward exploring what you or the other hides in relating and using the awareness you gain to transcend the limitations and deepen the intimacy, or to release and remove yourself from a relationship that is not supportive of growth and mutual respect. As the moon nearing the sun in the lead up to tomorrow morning's new moon in Libra forms a quincunx aspect with Neptune retrograde in Aries on the cusp of re-entering Pisces, conjunct Saturn retrograde in Pisces, while participating in a grand cross aspect pattern with Jupiter in Cancer, Chiron retrograde in Aries, and Pluto in Aquarius. The moon also makes a sesqui-square with Uranus in Gemini, which, although being a minor aspect, delivers a restless undercurrent of change, curiosity, and a should I or shouldn't I mood, as Uranus plays unchallenged and fully supported in a grand trine and kite with Venus in Libra, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune. A grand trine of Mars conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, Jupiter, Saturn, and Neptune counteracts fear or blockage being activated by the Grand Cross, as it encourages you to share your dreams, secrets, and passion with others authentically. This may reveal the truth of any relationship, as those who respond in kind will draw closer to you, and those who don't will pull away. The planetary patterns right now are creating fertile ground for sowing seeds of trust and a rewarding future between people, and you are responsible for what you plant. Here is a quote from the artist Renee Magritte to contemplate as you tune into the new moon energy and examine your relationships. Everything we see hides another thing. We always want to see what is hidden by what we see. So definitely there's the feeling of layers upon layers and a desire to go deeper, explore further, have growth, and learn more, as we look particularly at this grand trine with the Scorpio energy, where we find an exact conjunction of Mercury and Mars right now, interacting with Jupiter in a sign of symbiosis. And Jupiter, of course, is the growth, the desire for growth, and Scorpio is about the boundaries, whether we are merging or defending, protecting, and not merging. But in the case of the two trines being formed with Jupiter and with Saturn and Neptune, the overall trend of that grand trine is to trust, to share, to move into that mutual energy of togetherness rather than block it. But we still have the potential for the fear to come up, as well as wanting to protect and defend oneself because of past pain, as we have Chiron in Aries, which is a self-aware sign, and Chiron is retrograde. So I would say don't look at your past unless it is giving you accurate early warning signs about things that you are in denial of. If everything is going well, don't go and look back at your past and say, oh, but it always turns to shit or whatever. You're liable to use that grand cross in a way that is going to limit your growth if you stay in the fear or in the past. Then we've got this grand trine in the air element that is also just wanting to know more, wanting to become empowered, wanting to transform, wanting to change, as we have Pluto and Uranus and Venus all active in that grand trine in the air element. So we have the flow of water and the intuition, the feelings side of things, the spirituality that is being activated with the grand trine in water, and we have the grand trine in air, which is also leading toward something higher, bigger, or better, as we have those outer planets involved. And then we've got the kite with Saturn and Neptune making an opposition here to Venus, finding what is true, finding what is real, creating what is true and real, because it does involve the participation of you and another. It is not something that happens entirely alone or in a vacuum. And this is where you have to examine and discern what's the reality of things. Neptune is the planet of beauty, healing, and inspiration, and Saturn is the realist, the reality check, real life, real world stuff. And Neptune is asking that we bring that spiritual energy into the material energy and utilize them together in our relationships. Pretty much tomorrow is going to look the same as today. The only difference will be that the moon is closer to the sun. And I'm sure I'll have more things that come up in my awareness as I look at tomorrow's new moon. But in the meantime, you're on the runway, you're leading up to it. Everything that you're feeling today will probably be very similar tomorrow. The crossroads or turning point, decision point will probably occur the day after the new moon as it leaves those final degrees of Libra and enters into Scorpio and makes its approach to Mars and Mercury, where you might reach that point of full understanding and comprehension, or you have whatever it takes in terms of the information that you've gleaned from the self-examination and the looking out as well, because we have both in and out energy right now. The looking within and the gathering the information from out there to help you make your decision. And we may reach a decision point in about 2 days. As always, take care, stay safe. It's nice to see that Mercury is not making a challenging aspect today. So some of that Mercury retrogradish feeling we had last week as Mercury was making some challenging aspects has now vanished, and we have more clarity with Mercury conjunct Mars in Scorpio to make those determining decisions and to give us more safety and protection while we're out there in the world traveling around. So I'll be back again tomorrow. Enjoy your day.